I'm Ady Bibby. I'm Creative Director and founder of True North in Manchester. Well, we founded True North 2001, 9th of July 2001, so I've been here since then. I mean, deadlines are part of the course, it's what happens in the job, but I think for me it's about the need to be innovative rather than the pressure of deadlines. It's the pressure of constantly reinventing. Every brief starts with a sheet of white paper, which can be a bit scary sometimes. So it's that sort of constant need to reinvent the answers that you provide. There is no average workday at all. I'm sure everybody says that. Meetings, to be honest, my days are taken up with meetings, whether that's meeting clients, whether that's sitting with the design team and discussing the routes, whether that's sitting with my fellow directors within the True North or talking about the planning stage of work. It tends to be sort of backed up meetings, to be perfectly honest. In fact, when we finished here, I've got another one ready to go. There are a couple of pieces I think that have done really well for us recently. We've had a piece of work for an ongoing development of the Welcome Collection in London. It's a really cool building, really cool collection of sort of medical artifacts in a way, and they're redeveloping the building but staying open during the development of the work, which is quite unusual. So a lot of what we tried to do is communicate that message to the public that we're sort of making a benefit of the disruption that's going on, and that's had some real sort of really nice pieces of sort of execution out of that. And we've just produced another set of stamps for the Royal Mail, which was all about football heroes. So for a studio that's football crazy, it doesn't really get an awful lot better than that, to be honest. Great project to be involved in. Fortunate to go down to Wembley for the launch of it and meet all the heroes that were on the stamps, or all the heroes that were alive. So yeah, just a real sort of thrill and a real sort of treat to do something like that, really. Yeah. Is working with other people in the studio to develop the answer. It's not all about one person coming up with the answer. It's a really sort of quite an open studio, quite a sort of collaborative approach to how we work. So actually finding a way that the work experience person can deliver the answer to the client is brilliant for me. It's just about finding the right answer for the client. There was a campaign for Dove a couple of years ago, which was all to do with the inner beauty of women. And I'm a real sort of sucker for simple ideas executed beautifully. And it was a sort of a forensic artist that would sort of draw criminals, that sort of thing, sketching women out, not having seen them, hearing them describe themselves, and then repeating the same exercise with a person that had just met the woman. And the differences between how women perceive themselves and how people perceive them was absolutely incredible. And it's just beautifully executed, really, really nicely filmed, and it's a sort of a bit of a tearjerker in a way. But it's just got a really, really simple idea at the heart, just beautifully brought alive. I think for me, when I interview people, it's not about finding out what they don't know, it's about finding out what they do know. And I think if people can sort of make that switch into not being nervous about it and being quite honest about the work. I don't have any problem if somebody says to me, this wasn't quite as good as it should have been. What I would do now is I would change X, Y and Z. I think that's really quite a sort of an endearing trait in a way. So yeah, for me, I'm looking to find out what people know and how they would fit and where they might form part of the company, not trying to pick them up on things they don't know and make them feel uncomfortable about it. I can wax on for hours about how great this is as an industry to be in. It gets you into places you wouldn't dream that you would get to because of the type of projects you work on. So it's a fantastic industry to be in. Don't expect to get rich quick. It's not about that. We all do this because we've got a love of it, we've got a passion for it, not because money drives us. I think it's an industry that can be quite demanding on you. It's long hours sometimes, it's early starts, it's late finishes, but it's a pretty good industry to be in, apart from sort of kicking a football around for a living. I don't know whether there's much else that I would do, to be honest.